It's all based on I can do whatever I want, and it's under the guise of I can do whatever I want. These organizations and this ideology is going to eliminate the undesirables, whether they be disabled, poor, elderly. Well, I mean, you're talking about insurance and medical rationing. You know, that's one of my biggest fears, because being in the General Assembly, we see all these tactics from the insurance companies, constantly trying to reduce care, reject care, deny care, pre-authorization abuse, you know, all these tactics that they have. And so to introduce the greatest tactic of all, which is no care is the cheapest care. And to give this to insurance companies and say, now we're going to be able to offer your patient a chance to kill themselves. This is a dangerous tactic that they may have now, and they'll not only put, you know, the pressure that you have from, you know, from society and from maybe caregivers who are at the end of they're just at the end of their time. They've been burdened with caring for someone, and that person who's disabled or sick feels like they have a duty to die. And they're not only getting it from society and from medicine and from maybe even from their caregivers, but they're now getting it from the person who's supposed to be paying, not the entity who's supposed to be covering and paying for this. So it's going to be very difficult for someone who is disabled or has a rare disease to now battle their insurance company, who wants them to have the cheapest care of all for them. And that's an incentive that we don't want to create. Stories that I've read, you know, researching this, it's very, very common to also offer suicide to a cancer patient, that you can have this treatment or you can, you know, commit suicide. And it's just common now that if you have a cancer, that you're going to be offered suicide in Canada. It's just standard of care, really. That to me is just absolutely horrible. But really, when you're looking at how this is done across states and countries, the mental health aspect of it, you don't want to open suicide up to people who are struggling with mental health issues, with depression, because those are people that we can help, that they're considering suicide anyway, and then we can help them with drugs or counseling. And there's so much mental health care out there that we can offer these people. But now we're going to be able to offer them suicide. And you may say, well, it's not eligible for people with mental health issues, but it quickly, in this bill, it's not available to people with mental health issues. But everywhere we've seen this kind of physician-assisted suicide progress, it's always expanded quickly to people with mental health issues. So there's not only the mental health issues of the patient who's committing suicide, but the family who's been struggling with that person with mental health issues, and now they're allowed to kill themselves, and they're going to be a part of it.